President Trump can save us even if he becomes president with everything that's going on in the Middle East, the longshoremen going on strike, the and then the Hurricane Helen that just hit. Think about it. What happens when a hurricane hits? What happens? All the prices go up
Yeah,
across the United States,
right. And
Right.
it's
regardless of.
And the strike just went on.
Yeah,
Started
this-
last night, midnight.
So we're going to get double
a
hit,
triple digit inflation, I think, on some items. I guarantee that's going to be a case.
and
Well,
then
$4.5 billion a day it cost American economy.
Yeah.
It'll cost. So that's going to go over to us. So now tomorrow we're going to be at $9 billion thanks to Joe Biden.
And we got a man who basically can't even keep a sentence put a sentence together at the helm.
it's scary.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's terrifying.
Wait a second, guys. Hold up. Wait a second. This is what he said. Wait, Joe Biden said, I was on the phone for 2 hours when the hurricane was happening.
Yeah, but he was sleeping.
Yeah.
But he was on the phone.
He
He was on the phone.
It was under his head.
And then when they're changing his diaper. But I mean,
And
that's,
Kamala Harris was
where was she?
in California
Campaigning, probably.
campaigning.
Wow, that just so.
But
shows the
okay,
priorities,
but because of the color of the people, in my opinion, I mean, how about the
the
demographics?
demographics probably the best way. But that's,
Asheville, Kentucky, probably.
Well, no, here's the thing. It's in Georgia.
I mean, not Kentucky, but Asheville got hit in North Carolina.
Right, North
It
Carolina.
flooded out.
Which is a Democratic governor. And she's not there helping him. But
And-
she did go, wait. I gotta give her credit. She went to the DC office of FEMA and told them, good job, guys. You're really doing a good job. But she doesn't go down.
No, but everybody's busting on Trump because he went there, and then they're upset because he started a GoFundMe for the people of I
He
guess
took
Asheville.
trucks down there.
Well, but what I'm saying is it had almost $1 million in it in less than an hour, $900,000.
He also called Elon Musk and said, hey, you know what? In North Carolina, there's no communication over there. Can you help us get some communication in some spots? Can you get the satellite up
Well,
there? I didn't see anything from Biden trying to
But
do
wouldn't you
stuff.
think the leadership of the president would say, I'm immediately stopping any money that was earmarked to go to foreign countries
to help this?
to help, not only help this, but to help with the strike, to ease some of the costs that are going to be associated with this strike.
well, yeah, but if he does that, Zelensky might pout, might not talk to him well, and Zelensky and other people get our money.
But that's another thing that people are saying is all the money that's going overseas. And then you got the little baby of the Middle East throwing rocks at people and getting attacked and bitching about it.
Who?
Israel. Israel is one of our biggest problems too in the world.
I mean, I don't see where they're an ally. I don't. Okay, not in the traditional sense, because an ally means they can come to your aid. I just checked it out before we started talking. They have one aircraft carrier. Okay, I mean, they can't come to our aid. They can't come to our aid.
No, but what I'm saying is, okay, we're supposed to respect them because they're Israel, right?
Right.
But Israel doesn't respect us or any. I mean, why can't we be? If you think before was it 1950 or 1948?
1948 when they came into existence.
Before that,
Right.
we had no trouble in the Middle East.
Well, I
And
mean,
then they become a state, and then from that time on, nothing but conflict.
we had to try to put in leadership that might be more agreeable to having a
Well, at
Jewish state.
least put restraints on them.
Well, we can't do that though because
Well, we have to put restraints on everybody else in the Middle East. We
Yeah.
have to tell Iraq, Iran.
Well, Iran.
But
is
what I'm
trying to
saying
kill
is-
everybody. I mean, they're trying.
No,
to
that's
kill
what the media tells you. They're not trying to.
okay.
They're not trying to kill. Well, how come they weren't trying to kill everybody before 1948?
Yeah, that's. I mean, we got to look at we got to look at the timing. Okay, 1948, Israel came into existence. All the Arab Muslim states, mostly Arab Muslim states, were outraged. And another thing is just it was
because you go back to the history.
but it was an outcome. It was an outcome of colonialism on the British behalf to just turn over a country.
And
they
what
really
did
didn't have.
what did the British think of any? They were an empire, and when they took over, everyone's a Serb. They're subservient to. What I'm saying is they're knaves, so they didn't. Their opinion didn't count on what Britain decided to do was more important than the local populace or the indigenous people of the area.
This fight's been going on this fight has
I
been going
know,
on
but
forever.
why are we involved?
see,
There's not. It makes absolutely no sense.
So there were tensions in the Middle East. Yes, I mean I know people say that, but
But we never got involved.
Well, we did slightly back when the country first started. We put down the Barbary pirates and stuff like that because they're trying to
And then
take
that's
over
it.
American shipping. But they're affecting American shipping and taking our sailors and stuff. But I mean, we put that down real quick because we were an upstart nation at that point. They didn't think we had the wherewithal to stand up to them. But to say it was a prolong, I've had people who are Zionists. We've always had problems in the Middle East. That's a lot of crap.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that we've always had problems. I'm saying, and you know this as much as I do with the history of it. I'm sorry, the history. You've got to go. As much as I hate everything back and forth, and I understand where you guys are coming from, but you still got to go back to it.
But not everybody is a Christian in the United States.
Not everybody's,
and you can't tell because of a Bible that
no,
non-Christians have to support Israel.
No, and I'm
That's
not saying
fair.
I'm not saying that.
I'm saying that as a Christian.
I know I'm not saying that as a Christian. I'm not saying that they have to. What I'm saying that is, if you look at it as anything in the fact of studying history, which you have to study history on every part of it, is guess what? This has been going on ever since the Abrahamic time. It's been going on forever. It's been,
but no. I'm
talking
in recent history. We had no trouble in the Middle East. We had no conflict in the Middle East
because you've always had people always wanted power. That's the whole stinking thing.
But in our opinion, that was their problem and not ours.
Well,
because we put our freaking nose in everybody's business.
We armed all sides basically. I mean,
we just did arm everybody.
We armed everybody, and then we're just dismayed that they're not going to make peace. Well, now guess what? The only people I know in the Middle East who has the nuclear, capability is Israel. And guess what?
We gave it to them.
You ever heard of the Samson option? Basically, if they think they're going to be totally annihilated, they're going to send nuclear warheads all over the planet.
Yeah, because we're the ones that gave it to
them. And so we should never done that. And the thing is,
well, a lot of our secrets were stolen by Israel.
Yeah, well, yeah, no. Okay, another thing, we had Pollard, the
why we were handed it to them.
I know but they committed more espionage than any other spy.
Another thing is, the attack on the USS Liberty was unprovoked. I mean, some people say because they said they were spying. Okay, they knew we were in that region. Okay, that's always up to debate.
But I don't want to argue about that. What I wanted to just say is, why not just let it be Israel's problem?
We can't do that now because they have the nuclear option.
We can't do it because of that.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I can say that.
And you don't think all the rocks and different things that they're throwing to try to antagonize other countries into attacking them, that's not what the end game is for them?
You know that's what the end game is.
I think it's 100% what they're trying to do.
I think
they're trying to start a war and have us come and fight it for them.
Well, we already...
Okay, look at 9/11. Look at what happened last year in October. They're trying to, I think he's trying to take that part of, and which was horrendous.
Okay, but I think there's been enough blood.
They can stop it.
That I think if it's a blood feud, I think enough blood has been
let Hamas
shed.
bring. Then you know what?
But you can't call all Palestinians Hamas.
No,
but that's what they do. They blanket everyone in Palestine.
Release the hostages and then be done with it.
How do we even know there's hostages? It's because Israel says there is.
No, the people who were dead in the streets that were the hostages, the people we lost in there that we knew there were hostages.
But you know what? Anybody who goes to Israel,
anybody
that goes to a country like Israel and knowing what's going on, that's their problem.
Yeah,
not our problem. Why should we have to go and
save somebody's blood?
Save somebody that did something.
I've always wondered that.
We always do that. I mean, H.L. Mencken, I can't remember the exact quote. He was a famous newspaper journalist back in the early part of the century. He said we have this fascination with alliances and allies. And basically, if you look at the way it works out, it never really helps us out. It really doesn't.
No, but
access as an ally.
Back to the original question: are you ready for the end of the world?
It looks like it's coming.
Yeah,
it really does.
I think they.
And the worst part about it is that I think it's people are voting for it.
Well, I mean, they want to see. I think people are getting tired of existence and they want to see us wiped out.
The more I see that's going on now, I'm on Trump's side with the last election. I think it was the S word. Like, we're not supposed to say that on YouTube.
Yeah, okay, we won't say it. But anyway, but look, the thing is, I'm non-reaction.
Huh? You can't say can't say anything like that.
Well, I just got banned from TikTok because I made bad comments about police officers. One particular is like when I said somebody was too fat to be a cop, they didn't like it, so they kept on removing my comments. But the guys are. I mean, they're over 300 pounds, and they want to be cops. I mean, they could barely squeeze into the squad car. But yeah. But anyways, that's a side point. But no.
But I just want to make sure that people don't think that I'm anti-Israel. I just think that there's more than Christians in the United States.
Yeah,
and that everyone in the United States should have a say, not just because some politician
here's
decides what's good for the many.
Here's
that's a good point. Why can't we all vote for that?
Well, because we can't.
Because of what they did to us.
Well,
going back to the central bank, what I'm saying is they took away our representation in Washington when they made our representatives elected and not representative.
Okay, but something like but the thing is, this is right. They scream. I've heard this so much. Kamala Harris, and tonight's the debate.
No, Jerry.
Oh, that's going to be.
That's going to be a.
If this administration does not help out the people of the Southeast, they pretty much going to.
Well, I'm saying there shouldn't be a debate.
You don't think they're going to help?
No, but what?
Oh, he's going to go tomorrow to North Carolina.
No, but what's going on? The debate should have been canceled because
politics should have stopped all last week.
Everything. It should have been a ceasefire on both sides.
I said the administration. The current president and the vice president, if they don't better address what's going on in the Southeast.
He signed. Oh, this is what he said. You know what he did? I signed the FEMA paperwork.
Wow.
Hell, I signed a check the other day. Didn't mean that he stopped.
Yeah, but why isn't he calling?
Why isn't he going?
Why isn't he calling everybody on the carpet? That especially not only he could send a booty judge to go to North Carolina. He doesn't have to go. He can send somebody, but what he should be doing is working on this strike. He should have all these people in a room and talk to them.
He's not capable.
Say, look, the country's falling apart, and you're just adding to it.
He doesn't care about the.
No, he don't care about anything. I really believe he's beyond the point of fulfilling any role because I don't think he has an understanding of the.
I think he's checked out. I think he's checked out. I think he checked out the day that Nancy Pelosi said leave.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to think. The last time there was something going on last time around that they both stopped. Oh, when
John McCain, it was I remember when it was when they stopped campaigning because wasn't there a hurricane or something that time too? They
had they weren't going to attack each other for like a week or something. But that's what should happen now, and they should say that we're not going to have this stupid debate because nobody cares anyways because it's the vice presidency, and then go and take care of business.
That's what I mean. That's what I challenge you, Tim Walz, and Kamala Harris. Stop your campaigning. You're the person running for. You're already holding the power.
Well, yeah,
go to these places.
And not only that, you're in. Yeah, like exactly what you said. She's in power. Why didn't we have to wait for her to become the president to do anything that she's saying that she's going to do when she can do it right now?
For all intents and purposes, she is the de facto president because he's incapable of doing anything. So that's the role of the vice president. That's what she's supposed to be doing, but she's not up to it.
I mean, there's no better time for OJT, right? On the job training.
Right.
Jump in there, take charge.
If you want to demonstrate, Kamala, that you are actually capable of being the president, step up. Because guess what? I don't really care. If you step up and prove yourself, I have less likelihood to go after you myself and say bad things about you in the future. If you can help this out, but you're the one in the position to do this. Trump's already doing more than you are.
Trump was okay. Barack Obama, good or bad, you can say about it. Guess what? When the hurricane
would have
happened,
been there
in 48 hours, he was there.
Right.
Guess what? You know where Kamala Harris was? She was tweeting at the same time because of JD Vance was going to a restaurant in Pennsylvania. They said if he got out of the car that they were going to call the cops or something. And he wrote a check and wrote the thing. Yeah, no tips or something like that, and all this other stuff. And then they put out a.
Well, I heard he tipped people.
He tipped big, and he also all the people that walked out.
So she goes on Twitter and she sits there and goes some stupid thing about how if you were as good as we were, I don't know, something about only people with proper people.
Okay, I think a restaurant owner has the right. If they don't want him there, then be BFD, right?
Yeah, but here's the freaking thing: we're in the middle of a freaking hurricane. Could you get away from California just for 5 minutes and get your little rear end?
I mean, they have a war room, don't they?
Well,
I don't know where they go for things, the emergencies.
Is Willie Mays still alive? Is Willie the guy that she was hugged to a girl with?
Oh, Willie Brown?
Willie Brown.
Yeah,
Is he still alive?
I believe he is, yeah.
Was she there at his place this weekend?
Well, actually,
I
from what
don't
I understand,
know.
he distanced himself from her. He actually says she is dangerous. He actually said that. In
Yeah,
one
but then
interview.
he's like, "Oh, I was wrong," or something. Was he?
I don't know the
Did
full
Hillary
details.
send somebody out to her house?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't want to be suicided. So
Yeah, but I'm just wondering, was she at his house this weekend having to do Octua
I don't
instead
know.
of being in? I'm trying to figure out what was so important that she could not leave California.
Especially why go to California when it's a done deal? I mean, it's not like she had to go there to campaign, right?
Yeah, is Trump winning in California?
No.
I didn't see the numbers that he
I
was
don't-
winning.
I don't think so. I mean, God, I would hope so, but I mean, I don't think that's
No.
likely.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Well, that would be.
It would, but like you said, if she would step up and
I would.
do it,
I would actually.
a lot
stop
of
saying
people
anything
would,
about
yeah, a lot of people would vote for her because of that.
it. Okay, so she did go to on Friday.
I
she
don't
went to
know
the
where
border.
she went.
She was in California after she left the border, right?
She finally went to the border.
On Friday, she
Are you
went to
sure
the
she
border.
didn't go to
Oh,
Paris?
no, no, wait a second.
Yeah,
Because she's never been there
She
either.
had been to the border. Yeah.
I
Paris.
forgot about that. And then
On the way to
that
Europe,
is a good
she
one.
went to the border.
That was quick, Steve. That was quick.
Maybe it was Paris, Texas,
Yeah.
but I don't think Paris, Texas is
Kind of,
near
sort
the
of.
border.
I don't
She
know.
was sitting there. She wouldn't let any of the cameras by her or the border patrol guys. And so what happened? She was there from the time that she got there to the time that she left. 19 minutes.
Wow.
Oh,
She
there
got
was-
there to read. She got there to read a scripted remark, take a few, and they had to get the angles right on her cameras and everything, and then took the pictures. And then she went to something. Then she got out of there, went to an event that some people were all making fun of everything, and then took off and went to California while people were suffering in North Carolina. And this is your president. This is what the Democrats are voting for. This woman who is saying, let the Middle East burn, let the people go on strike and the American people suffer, and let Georgia and North Carolina suffer.
No,
I mean, especially when these guys already made, because what they're mostly upset about is they're doing automation on the port to move things around.
Right. And we're the only
And-
nation
and-
that doesn't have
And
it.
they're thinking, well, because people are going to lose jobs because of that.
Right.
But I think that's progress.
I mean,
I mean-
that's part of it. I mean, that's every industry's gone through
I
that.
mean, it's hard to watch your job go away,
But it's
but it's progress.
it's hard. But but here's the thing. Here's the hard part about this is hasn't the same administration said to the people who are working on the pipelines, you can go learn how to code.
Yeah.
You can learn how to do all this.
Well, I'm not trying to be mean.
No, I'm not being- no, this is not being mean.
It's
I'm
hard
not-
to watch your job go
It's hard
away.
that these guys have worked for
but
30 or
they-
40 years on this job.
But that's what he said. And then what he said is the president can make them do a 90-day cool down and go back to work. But he said they don't have to. He more or less said that they don't have to do anything if they go back to work.
Which, all right,
He
so
made
this
threats.
goes over
Yeah,
5
I mean
days. If
that's
this goes over 5 days, he's actually playing political suicide with everybody, and I think he is going to let this go over 5
Oh,
days.
I do too, because I just don't think, again, he doesn't understand the gravity of this. I don't think he's got.
I think he
he
does.
does
No.
because he explained it. He explained it in great detail. He said what's going to happen in 7 days. He said what's going to happen in 14 days. He said what was going to happen to the United States in a month.
Yeah.
He said, and that's a threat. I don't think union leaders should. I mean, that's just the United States economy that he's playing with.
Right.
That's well during the wars. I know that unions couldn't strike. I mean, and let's face
Well,
how many wars we got to be in to consider a
But
wartime.
wouldn't you think essential, like when a hospital goes on strike, they get people to
Yep.
to go in,
Go right over the thing because
nurses or whatever to take their place while they're out on the picket line.
Will National Guard
Well,
units be activated
I
because
mean-
as longshoremen or what?
I mean,
be.
Do they?
good.
yeah, but they wouldn't.
But
know
right
how
now
to
they're
do their
over.
job.
Right now they're over in
Ukraine and wherever.
We got them spread out there, but we also now have to get.
But the thing is, John, I mean, when I first joined the army, we had cooks.
Right.
We had people that were in the army that did our laundry. We were the military was self-sufficient. And over the years, they took that away from them. Like the the transportation slowly started going to civilians.
Right.
The laundry went to civilians. Even the mess halls or dining facilities started going to the civilians.
And I think they paid a higher. I mean, the original reason I thought because they were going to cut.
But, but what I'm saying is, we don't have people.
I don't think so.
We don't have people that know how to do that anymore.
No, because basically after, well, let's face it,
Because they decimated the military.
That's what they did. I mean, that's what I'm saying though. Originally it was supposed to be for cost saving, wasn't it? And then now you look at civilian contractors.
No, because you got
way more than
you got Kellogg and Brown and Root, who else? Blackwater, all these
major
big
companies,
corporations that are making money out and
billions of dollars.
Don't you remember when
you know where
everybody
they come from?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of it was Cheney. Cheney was Kellogg and Brown and Root. Well, he was vice president.
Well, for all the money, and you're going to find out.
I'm saying he was doing those services. Well, he was.
I know
these were his best friends. I know his best friends. I was going to say, but a lot of congressmen, senators who pushed for this, or allowed for this,
right?
They, as soon as they walked away,
they gutted the military.
They walked into civilian jobs, paying buku bucks with these corporations.
Why do you think none of these freaking congressmen, when they lose, cry?
No, because
the next day they get 3 times their money,
right?
And they already got. Okay, here's the other side. Look at AOC. She walks in, quote unquote, poor. She's now a multimillionaire. Explain that to me.
Right.
No, I mean somebody.
She's not a brain trust.
She's not a brain trust. I mean, I'll just tell you what. You guys can keep doing investments if you want, but give me the name of your broker, and I'll see if I can do as well as you.
Well, no, if you want to, there's a group that follow Congress, and that they do investments to match their investments.
I saw that the other day. I was reading it.
Yeah, but it just like I'm saying though, these people, we got the best government money can buy, and every time a congressman or senator pushes through, like, oh, let's remove this from the military and put it in civilian contractors' hands. Guess what? Like I said, you're going to follow the money.
And then if they don't play ball, you got McConnell that will come and campaign against them,
right,
to get them
and throw more money against them, and they're different.
And then you got foreign interests that do that too.
Yeah, how many contractors we have? There's for our civilian contracts that actually are from foreign nationals. They actually corporate. Beretta, when they were given the 9mm contract, they had to build a plant here.
And now you want to?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But,
well, that's the way it always is.
Yeah.
And then what they after their expiration, they get so long that they can service the weaponry.
Right.
Then anybody can make it.
So now play that through what you're talking about, and just kind of play this stuff through. Liz Cheney, just play it through in your head. I'm going to go there. I'm not going to rattle. I promise. I'm not going to ramble. Play in your head. Liz Cheney hates Trump with a passion.
Yes.
Right.
Right. Her dad, when he was vice president, when he wasn't he Department of Defense at one time, or Secretary of Defense, or Secretary? What was he?
Secretary of State, wasn't he?
Secretary of Defense.
He's been in a long.
He was a different thing.
He's got pictures
every time he was
with
in
everybody.
every time he was in an official position, he always opened up different things in spot for his friends, and opened up different government contracts, and depleted the military of every single time. So now you got Liz Cheney that wants to impeach Trump. Why do you think these people always want to go after Trump?
Because he's not with political insiders.
But what's stupid about it
is it's the fact thing is that Trump wants to freaking flip a light on one time, and show everybody else.
But if these people are so stupid, all they had to do is just play the game for 8 years.
And let them get out.
And then let them get out and then go back to what they were doing.
The problem is that if they were playing the game for 8 years, they were afraid of him messing with their money.
Okay, for 8 years. I mean, but in the long run.
All right, but look at it. At the different things in the last 8 years with Nancy Pelosi, the different accounts that she actually has won. Wait. The different things. Look at the different major things that have happened in the technology things that her husband has gone out and said, "Hey, I'm going ahead and invest in these," and then sell the stock right the last moment, right when she breaks open the deal.
Because they could do it.
But it was happening at that time. It had to happen at that time, and it wasn't that 8 years. It wasn't that she couldn't.
But if our government was set up like the founding fathers wanted it done, if these people started doing stuff like that, they could be taken out, and a new person could be immediately put in.
Yeah.
But now you can't go. Oh, you gotta kick them. You gotta vote them out of office, or
you have to wait for the 4 years or 6 years to get them out.
Yeah, just vote. Just wait patiently.
But the way was supposed to work is they were supposed to be a direct representative of the state. but they're not. As soon as they get there, they get in their good old boy clubs,
and that's it.
And then the states don't matter anymore.
And the Speaker of the House or the minority mayor, the minority guy comes in and whatever he says, you have to go along with it.
Originally, they're supposed to be subservient to the state. And now it seems like they switched it around where they're the masters and the states are the dum-dums.
And it cannot be that. And you want to talk about the system? Everyone talks about all the system and all these different things. Here's your problem. We know the freaking problem.
Right.
We depleted everything. You're right. We should not be over there always having to fight up everyone else's battles because they want to throw freaking rocks and start wars. I agree with you because you know who's going to end up over there? It's not going to be these dumbasses sitting in DC.
No,
it's not going to be Kamala Harris. But I'm really seriously scared to freaking death because I got family members who are in the military. And here's the thing: those guys are getting ready to deploy to different places. And Cackle is going to be the president.
No.
Hell, they're dead.
Yeah,
I don't think there is the patriotism that there was when we were growing up. I think that a lot of people would just throw in the towel and not go.
So what do we do? Just die as a country?
Why are we going to die if we don't go? If they don't go to Iraq or Israel,
that's what I'm saying. Our guys are going to go there like Vietnam.
No, they're not.
I guarantee you they're going to.
I guarantee they're going to try, but I say the people aren't going to go. They're just going to quit. What are they going to do?
What do you think? You think they're going to actually drop their guns, walk off the thing?
I say they're not even going to get on their plane to go.
You just think they're going to blow?
You think they're going to get somewhere? Wait. You think they're going to get? No, and I'm not laughing at you.
Look,
I think you're right.
I wish they did.
Okay, if I would have known what was really going on in Iraq,
right?
When I spent almost a year of my life over there,
right? Would you get out of the plane?
I would have thought about it because, I mean, they had us. They had the TV. They had the internet.
Yep.
They made us think that it was so important, but now when you think about it, you got Baby Bush who jokes about it.
Yeah, you know what?
That's true.
But back when Colin Powell was on in front of the Senate trying to make it a case to go to war, I was screaming at the TV. Now, my dad
they lied to him.
My dad was a Korean War veteran, and
they lied to Powell.
My dad was a Korean.
He was a good man. I heard.
The thing is, I know he was. He was a good man. He was a pawn. But I was screaming at the television so much. My dad said, "He said, shut the damn thing off, or I'm going to plug it because you're just getting your blood pressure up." He said, "That's it." He said, "These guys got it hell bent that they're going to send us to war, and damn it, if you can't make a case."
But I'm saying
they're going to do it
it's
anyway.
not the same as when they don't have the control over the media. There's going to be people telling them, "Don't go," and here's why you shouldn't go.
So
there's not enough of them.
Right.
There's more of us, and that's what it's going to take. It's going to take an uprising like that.
Well, it's like, but they do.
I don't think the guys are not going to get off the plane.
Oh, I don't even think they're going to
get on the plane.
No, not in this climate. You think they're going to go for somebody who doesn't care about them? I still think
that the guys that are in the military still have the pride.
No. Not at the levels that we had.
Okay, see, I never served in time. I was okay, but I had a friend who went to the Air Force, and when this back in the 80s, something was going on, and his mom worked around one of the stores here, and I've expressed like, I hope it doesn't get bad enough he has to go. She got outraged by that. She goes, she basically, who are you to trust the government? You question the government, what they send our troops to. And I went, it's like, you're making a case. You're saying it's okay to send your kid to some conflict and might get killed for something that might not be even necessary for this to be involved in. I'm thinking this. But that's how much we blue collars are so indoctrinated. Brag about
no, not anymore. Not anymore.
No, I agree with you on that.
You can't even have 4th of July anymore, John.
Well, I know. I don't like the eradication of patriotism. I don't.
You can't do Christmas anymore, John.
You can't say Merry Christmas anyway without someone coming up to you and saying it's offensive.
I said
you can't openly be a Christian anymore. They've taken everything away.
Okay, hold up. Wait, with that fact, they just did an interview the other day with Paul and us with the second husband.
Second husband of who?
Second husband, Kamala Harris.
Oh, her husband.
Yeah.
Right. And they were saying how they're so amazed by him because he's just reimagined.
Because he's a wimp.
He's reimagined masculinity.
He doesn't have any.
Yeah.
What did you have to reimagine masculinity?
Why does your wife not have your name?
There's a question.
Yeah.
Well, but I always like him because
because most people who are famous will put their name hyphenated in the middle.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised he didn't take her name. He goes, I want to be
He
supportive.
probably wanted to, but she probably wouldn't let him.
Every time I see the guy, I mean, I saw him this week one time. I said, "You should just be in a dress." I mean, that's why I look at him. You got a skirt or something, you know.
They never
Maybe at night
said.
he does.
But they talk about how he has done something with the nanny, but they never said if the nanny was
a male or female. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's like,
no,
now
it was a
looking at
female.
him,
No, it was a female.
well,
because actually the nanny had to go get an abortion.
oh well, I guess that's one thing that they always want to keep.
And that's why he's so. That is why he is so happy that they have,
Abortion.
women's rights.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, because I can actually, let's face it.
I don't think we're supposed to say that word either.
What women?
The A word.
Abortion.
Or not? Sorry. Well,
what was another word for it then?
What word can you use for that?
D-baby.
D-baby?
D-baby? Oh my gosh.
D-baby lies?
D-baby. I don't know.
I mean, but no, I just think that, no, did you notice all the two, like Rachel Levine, I was supposed to be the thing. It's
is that a man or a female?
It's a
man.
It's a man. It
was a female.
Yeah.
She's more masculine than he.
Well, yeah, it's like, but the thing is, there's no fashion sense. If you're going to if you're going to do this, do it right. Go to get fashion tips and go to the designers, get some good stuff. You got the money, I mean, if you're going to do it, at least carry it out right,
Have you ever noticed though, honestly, this is the one thing, when you look at the Republican women and you look at the Democratic, these Democratic, ball-horned women, and you look at the Republican women who are at least the one thing about the Republican women, at least they're beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably wrong that
I'm sorry about that.
Like this, but if you think about it, I can't think of one good looking Democrat who's still a Democrat, other than Gabbard, but she's not a Democrat anymore.
Well, she
was always stuck out like a sore thumb.
And I think that was the problem because she was too cute.
Well, Whitmer, I mean, she's, our governor. I mean, she's not an ugly looking woman, but she's just, she's so belligerent and so like against the people. That's right. That's a big mark down for me, but I can't, she's not.
She's in the club.
Yeah, she's in the club. Yeah.
But I would
you don't think she's ugly?
Huh? I don't think she's a good looking woman. She's all right.
But I would rather.
She's all right.
I would rather not talk about anything that close to home.
Right. But
yeah, because I don't want to be taxed.
Yeah.
I don't want to have the FBI say that I'm in some kind of.
Yeah. But I just think that now you're thinking right though. I mean, it just seems that there's a bitterness too that I see amongst the Democrats. Don't see that in the Republicans.
Wait, okay. So talking about that, that was kind of funny. Like the bitterness, they showed Lori Lightfoot back when she was Republican. She used to be the mayor of Chicago.
Yeah,
they showed her when she was the Democrat.
You're gonna tell me she didn't look?
She didn't look that bad when she was Republican.
I saw a picture
and married
when she was younger.
When she was younger, married a Republican, and then they showed her. I mean, she looks like Beetlejuice now, and she looked like, oh God, I couldn't believe it. There, someone actually showed me the pictures, and they actually had to prove to me that was the same person.
Yeah, but how old is she?
Somewhere about 200.
I don't know.
Maxine Waters came off about the same. About Maxine Waters.
But that's another thing. I don't think you should be able to be. I mean,
we're not like the most attractive. So
I was going to say that. I was going to say,
but then again, me and John
we don't care.
We
don't care. I don't.
It's like
have that thought. So it's something you can laugh about. And people might be offended about it. But be offended if you want to be offended. But
you should be able to make observations.
It's like, okay, they're going to say, I'm losing my hair and I'm overweight. Okay, I mean, I can't argue. I don't like it, but I mean, it's a fact.
It's a fact.
Right. I mean,
it's just the facts, man. That's it. Thanks.
And you dress yourself funny.
Yeah, I dress myself.
You really can't blame it on your mom, and neither can I.
Yeah, it's like
they taught us that back in elementary school.
Yeah, at least I got the shirt on right. I don't have the front on, the back in front and the tag in front,
But would it really matter? I wore my shirt inside out before.
In this day and age, no, it doesn't.
One time I was sitting beside a girl in class, this was Vermont, and she wrote me a note because your shirt's on the inside out. So the thing is, it was a button-up shirt.
So did you go into it?
I went into the bathroom. I was right across the hallway and scooted in. But here's what I used to do. Is such an oversized shirt. I just used to, slide it over my head. I didn't unbutton it. And but it was and the thing is, it should have given away. There was a pocket in front,
But I seen a TikTok where a guy put his shirt inside out. It was a collared shirt. And he buttoned it up. And then he took it off and put it back on. He's so proud of himself because he thought he's created a fashion statement because the buttons were on the inside.
It's like, so it's like,
And that's the new fashion.
Yeah, for him, he thought it was cool because he just had a line down the front.
remember that?
Welcome to that gig life.
Remember that group years ago, Crisscross, used to wear all their clothes
Make you
backwards?
jump?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Oh my God.
That was a good tune, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Are you gonna watch the debate tonight?
No,
No.
I just
We
watched
said
it
that
on
last
the-
time and
I
no-
didn't.
You did watch
I
it.
did watch part of it.
You did.
Now, would you any of you consider yourself political junkies?
No,
So-
not anymore.
So I used to be, but
Kind of.
I can't handle it. No.
I mean, I watched a little bit of it, but it just
No,
I got
because
too much of life to live. I don't really.
no. And why do you want to hear what you already think? I don't need somebody
Yeah,
to
the
tell
echo
me.
chamber. Who needs an echo
In
chamber?
20
right.
minutes, you can get all the news in one day.
Right.
In 20 minutes, and you can throw up.
It's not like we could do anything about anything anyway. So
No, because I got a couple of good guys that I like to listen to who are
Yours
like us.
right.
They just talk about what's going on. They're pretty informed.
because
Those
I'd
are the
rather
guys
get
I
it
listen
that
to.
way. I'd rather get it that way.
Yeah.
So-
I don't,
And
like,
plus, you can talk back to them, and they write back to you on
that's a good
YouTube.
thing.
that's another thing is too. I mean, after you and I went, we were there at the Trump rally, okay,
Right.
and when I just saw Trump speaking and stuff like that, I would just realize how much he actually represents more of a cross section. Because I know a lot of the people there are from this area, and they're usually 80 years of them being a Democrat, 90 years in their family, but they're still there with Trump because for right now, they hear now the pragmatic side of it.
Because
He's
they
there
need
for 'em.
they need a Jesus, and I hate to say it right now.
Need a he
They need something to have faith in, and he is known. He's known that they know what he's done in the past,
I don't think he's.
and they're looking. I'm not saying that Jesus
I know
Christ.
that.
You know what I meant by
Yeah,
that.
They need somebody that they can look up to.
They can look up to and hopefully help them out of this hole that we're in.
Because
And the hole's getting deeper right now, and the water's rushing in.
well, but don't you think it's weird though that a guy who was born literally with a silver spoon in his mouth, multimillionaire family, actually resonating better with working class than the alleged working class? Of course, none of these people like Biden and Harris have ever.
But I
founded
think
the
it was
working class.
different back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the rich aren't like they are now. Where okay, if somebody gets rich on the internet, they just lay around the pool, right?
Right.
I don't think Trump was ever anybody to lay around the pool.
Well,
No, his dad was hard on him
'Cause
all the way through his life.
There's no pictures of him that I've ever seen where he's not wearing some kind of at least a linen suit, and
He has one pair of blue jeans, he said.
and
that
he's
doesn't
never
fit him.
worn them.
but you know,
But I've never seen. Have you ever seen a picture of him
No.
not in some kind of suit? Maybe not in a collared shirt,
like a golf shirt, golf pants, golf
Right.
shirt,
or
yeah.
golf, but
Yeah.
he's playing golf.
But the thing is, like, well, see, I grew up in the periphery of when we still have the people who founded the GM around the neighborhoods, and actually they lived here in Flint. C.S. Mott, multimillionaire, billionaire buyer nowadays it would have been. If you walked up his door of his house, knocked on it, 9 times out of 10 it would have been him answering the door.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
a different generation, a
Right.
different time that he grew up in. Not like now. Like I said, the kid thinks being rich is having enough money where you can just play video games and
Be jet set.
yeah, and
But do whatever he wants to
not
do.
take your money and
Right.
make it more money.
Because
I mean, how many? That's we're getting back to what's his name that keeps on. Cuban.
Mark, I was gonna say Mark Cuban.
The, the, what I remember, what I said that he has no, that he's never matured. That,
No.
that he was a kid when he got his money. One of the other financial gurus on TV actually stole what I said on here.
but
No, they said that about him. That he's done nothing
well, there's
since he's made his money.
There's an episode on Frasier where this guy, he bought the TV, the radio station Frasier worked for, and he had millions and billions of dollars because he's like a tech guru or some tech, a giant. And he had no class, he had no education, he had no, understanding of life, and so he
Right.
started mimicking Frasier. He started like actually, it was his role model. He actually had his apartment built.
Just like Frasier.
Just like Frasier. Remember that episode? Yeah, I mean, because he had no sense of taste or sense of propriety or anything like
Just
that.
because you have money, just because you do something, it does not mean you know what to do. with
Not that I don't want to have money.
Oh,
I would
we
like
all
to
like
have
that
money.
money. We all have a crush on money.
I was gonna say a big
Very
crush on it.
expensive.
It's like
But right now,
I did see a documentary last night on Vince McMahon from the wrestling.
Okay.
era.
yeah,
Have you ever seen it?
it's on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that last night. Pretty good. If you watch it, it's a pretty good thing. I mean, I know he's under indictment and everything, but it's kind of funny. One of the things that was actually said about it was Donald Trump. It brought up Donald Trump and Vince McMahon resonate more with
Because he
they
loved,
resonate more with a working man than these other billionaires and trillionaires and these other millionaires and billionaires, like the actors and everybody else. These guys actually would resonate. They know what the actual people want.
right.
They know how hard it takes to make a buck. Okay.
Like if you ask Harrison Ford, right?
Right.
Just take him. Not that I have anything problem with him. I love him. You know, I
His
love
movies,
movies,
yeah.
everything like that. But I'm just using him because I know him and everything like that. If you ask Harrison Ford what an everyday common person around the world, he wouldn't know. He wouldn't give a crap.
He might.
No, he will say that to you because he likes doing what he does. He does
No, because he was asked,
and he doesn't. He's
why
tries to
did you
say-
do? I mean, why did you do the last Indiana Jones? He said money.
Yeah.
That's why he was. No, but it's about money to get the different things because he wants. But it's not. And I'm not cutting Harrison Ford down. It's his money for his.
But
different
he
things.
came from nothing.
Well, he was a
So I
carpenter.
think,
But
I
I'm not
he
saying-
know,
But
he
he
has enough
doesn't
life.
know what it is today.
But I think he knows what it was back then.
Because
But
he actually,
today-
I remember
You don't
that.
have to be burnt by fire to
I'm
know
just
it's
using-
hot.
Well, no.
I think he's a bad person to use as a
All right, go with somebody. Pick someone else.
Well, you mentioned
Liberace.
Oh,
he's-
you pick someone else.
yeah, no, Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon. I mean,
All right, let's go back to
that was
Kevin
him,
But he
yeah.
admitted that.
Yeah. But I
Kevin
mean,
Bacon wanted to be better than his dad and more richer than his dad, more famous than his dad.
Good
Yeah.
for him.
So and everything like that.
what was his dad?
His dad was like somewhere in New York or something. He was some
I don't know.
bigwig in New York.
I said, I
So-
mean, but I think Harrison Ford actually built an entertainment
Harrison
center
Ford
for
did
Linda
build-
Ronstadt, by the way.
He built. He
Yeah.
was a carpenter.
Yeah, he was a
Therefore,
carpenter.
I know.
He built himself up to it. Sorry, wrong person. It's just
Yeah.
first person in my mind thought. What I'm trying to say is that he didn't build his life up and try to do stuff like that because he wasn't trying to build companies for the modern person.
No.
Right. That's what I'm going with. But you take somebody like Donald Trump and you take something like who was building things for the modern person, the everyday person who sits around the current table. Kamala Harris cannot explain.
I don't think he
herself
was
to that
really
person.
worried about the end product. He liked to do
Oh, he liked it.
He
the
like-
planning
Because he
and
knew he
the
got the money from it.
execution.
That's
Yeah.
like my friend says. He said about war and Donald Trump. He said Donald Trump hates war because he's a builder. He wants to see things grow and develop. He said he's not a destroyer. He doesn't. He hates. That's against his very nature. Is
But-
to destroy.
Well, but the thing is, what he doesn't like about it, for instance, he said about the thing when you talked about going to Iraq for the first time when you went with the junior. He's like this. Why are we going without
Yeah,
coming
he
back
said,
without the oil?
and guess who else talks like that? Elon Musk.
Yup.
See, that's
And, and he just gave a big warning
Yeah,
about.
And look what all these other
he
people
said.
already said.
He said if Trump doesn't get in office, this is going to be the last election.
yeah. I really believe that because I mean,
I believe it too.
because let's face it, they're already limiting our freedoms, and they're going to always find some excuse not to hold elections. I
And they're-
guarantee you
and
that's
they-
what they're going
Well,
to do.
the
right
word
now we're
democracy.
heading for it. I mean, it's a perfect storm.
Yes.
But I think enough people are smart enough to know the bird flu, and they were even talking about what
This
what
is
is that
Zach Morris
called that Fauci was doing, where they try to make a jump from animals to humans.
Oh,
That research that he
Yeah.
did,
Yeah. The species.
interpose or
yeah,
something.
the species barrier. They jump. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
they did that kind of research on they've been doing that on bird flu for
Yeah.
a while,
Right.
and they finally been able to make it jump. So,
They're heading for
but I
it.
mean, but if people see that area suddenly has bird flu, there's TikTok, there's everything. People aren't going to fall for it.
I
this
won't know
time.
because I got kicked off of TikTok. But,
You're off
completely?
TikTok
yeah,
completely?
they got permanently banned because I said bad things about the police officers and around, and there was one officer the other day I went after. He was doing a live, and he was he was wearing a uniform of some municipality. He had the blue stripe flag behind him and stuff like this. I mean, I just said you're a discipline problem. He blocked me and reported me because he was not a good representation of a police officer.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and he
Cops and
does have,
donuts.
huh?
He's cops and donuts.
Yeah, Gobson. Yeah, I mean, he's fitting every negative stereotype there is, But anyway, no,
But I mean, but when I see something I don't like on TikTok, you know what I do?
we'll go past it.
Flip it.
Go to it. I don't waste my time getting involved. And I mean, when I do find myself, maybe I'll make a comment, but I'll go back and delete it.
I think I got a I consider it as a badge of honor, because
I hardly ever make a comment on anybody's stuff. I on TikTok, I really don't.
I don't know if I'll be back or not. I mean, I don't. If luckily, I don't think I would be, but oh well. It's
Well,
just-
right now we're on TikTok, and now TikTok knows that you've been banned. Maybe
Yeah.
you just got us banned.
okay, I didn't know that. I mean, But I was like, I just didn't think anything. I was saying,
Good job, John.
Great job, buddy.
Sorry, but hey, that's okay. I'll just, I think it's ridiculous about the amount of censorship in this country, and we're allowing for it.
Well, I mean, I've had things taken down off TikTok that I thought were just dumb comments. But I've never been.
But I don't think calling a person.
Are you sure you're banned?
That's what it said. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm banned.
When you try to log in,
it
says goodbye.
Yep. It doesn't. Yeah. Oh well. I was only a couple of months anyway.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not big into it. I mean, I have friends and stuff who do say they watch it all the time,
but what I do is I do searches for things. Like if you put North Carolina or hurricane, you're going to get lives from.
I could probably still go on there, but I just can't make comments or something like that. I know I can probably go online and see certain things, and
you just can't say anything.
I can't say nothing.
No. Oh, okay.
That's okay. It's no big deal. I mean, but no, I mean, I just think that with all these companies who do this to us.
But getting back to, you run a company, and if you had people working for you, and suddenly your company started making money, and they decided that because you're making more money, you should be paying them more money. Mm-hmm. Would that upset you? If I'm saying they purposely started slowing stuff down or not working the way that they worked before because you're making more money and you're not paying them more?
That's a catch-52. And here's the reason why.
No, I'm just asking, what
would upset me?
Would you get new workers if you could replace them?
In some ways, yeah.
So what's the difference between the dock workers or the longshoremen and
the other side?
They think that they're owed all this money.
Here's what people don't realize, and I don't.
And they said they gave up during. You know what? I worked all the whole time during COVID.
Yep, you did.
I had to work more than my share during COVID because I worked in the VA at the VA hospital.
In Saginaw?
No, in Ann Arbor. But what I'm saying is, a lot of people gave up a lot during COVID that were essential workers. Not only them, we didn't get any more money for that. No. I didn't get one dime extra I didn't get any COVID money.
No.
But these guys, they think that they're owed because these corporations are making more money hand over fist. So they think that they're owed that money.
Okay, but so there's a difference, and it's the truth. Here's the reason why I go with it. Where were you at the risk? With the greater risk goes reward.
There was no. It was just I paid the same amount of money the whole time.
To answer your question, when these people are sitting there saying they deserve to be paid more, then tell me how much risk you've taken with the company.
That's what I'm saying.
You haven't taken no risk.
But I'm saying if you had somebody that was like that thought that they were so important to your company.
You're not that important. I'm not that important to the company.
But anyways, John, somebody has a question?
No, somebody just said, gentleman, it was Reverend Gary there from Scotland. So hello, say hello, everybody. So I said hello, but I've said in capitals. I wasn't yelling at you. The cap lock was on, but
honestly, in all honesty, the answer to that question is this, and I've always had this answer. Nobody in any.
I don't want to see anybody fired, but
nobody in any corporation, from the CEO down, except for the founder of the company, who took the risk at the beginning. If you do not take the risk, you do not deserve all the different things. I'm sorry.
But that's what they're saying, is that these companies are getting fat.
Oh, well, where were you when they were skinny? Where were you when they were skinny and when they weren't eating? And you were eating and they weren't.
Well, they're saying they're big corporations, so that doesn't count.
They didn't start as big corporations.
But and then you got all these people make these comments with, union strong, this and that. And I'm saying to myself,
sorry,
you dumb, you're going to be paying $10 a gallon for gasoline, and you're not going to be able to afford to buy a bologna.
Okay,
but you're 100% behind these people.
But no one cares about money anymore. That's the problem.
I do.
You do. I do. Okay, that's probably the worst thing. People with brains do care about money, but most of the people that sit there and vote for Kamala Harris don't care about brains and they don't care about money, because here's the deal. They just sit there, they take their iPhone, they do their little leasey things, they pay this thing, they don't, then they go back, the upper lease, they don't do this, all this sort of stuff.
They have assistants. She has assistants to pay, assistants that pay for things.
Right.
And I bet you a lot of dum-dums when they come in the restaurant, it's gratis to them.
She busts people into that. She busts people into the Pennsylvania restaurant. And then when these people came in organically, then they got kicked out because not getting kicked out, but he got kicked out because.
But
he was coming
again,
in
like I said,
and
the
what caused this
restaurant
thing.
owner has the right to do that.
The restaurant owner has every right
If
to it.
they
And they have
don't-
the right to, but you know what? They have the right to ban that, and they have the right to what word am I looking for?
boycott, but
Boycott that-
Vance
that
already
restaurant.
said don't do that.
Right, but you know what? They have the right
And
to.
that's a good guy with leadership doing something
yeah.
like that.
And that's the
'cause
one
He
thing
didn't make a statement. Oh, these guys are bad.
You know, these
and he doesn't. And this is what I don't understand. He's not making any statements. Trump's not making any statements that are bad about stuff, and yet they're coming up with things going. Well, Trump said this yesterday. What the hell?
Do either one of you have anything lighthearted to talk about?
No. This is all serious. I mean, it's I'm so damn depressed what's going on right now. I mean, and with these people in power,
Well,
when
I
this
mean,
stuff's a flaw, it's like a
but-
whirlwind of stuff that's going
but
to
I
happen. It's a
think-
tornado.
I think we had an argument the other day because of
Yeah.
what's going on.
Yeah,
Who did you two?
yeah.
Sorry, I
mean,
wasn't there.
Well,
Yeah.
we would have taken it out on you.
Yeah.
And that's why I was there.
But what I'm saying is, this puts a lot of stress on people who think about this stuff.
Yeah, because I mean,
Because I don't want to be paying $10 for gas.
That's the part that scares me.
I mean, think about meat that a ribeye that you were paying probably
$4 or $5,
$10
yeah,
for
$10, whatever.
like 5 years ago. That same piece of meat now is almost $20.
Oh, by the way, people, if you're local, I'm going to put a plug on unfettered plug on. If you guys want cheap meat prices, the place on Davison and Rowan Franklin here, Royal Fresh, they got good meat price. Everything else,
And the best time to go is in the morning
Yeah.
when they first open up.
So if you're
Because if you're going to eat, if you're going to use whatever it is you buy that same day, they mark everything down from
Right.
the day before.
Really?
yeah, you could get good chicken prices. I like chicken
Yeah.
and pork and really good stuff. And I'm not getting paid to say this,
I
but
might have you guys start buying me this stuff. before I
But
come
what's upsetting is they took the sandwiches away.
the sandwiches are really
They
good.
had nice sandwiches.
Right in front, real
up.
cheap.
I can't eat until 1:00.
Yeah, so you already
Well,
or
the sandwich is a cold sandwich. You can put it in your lunchbox.
you can put it underneath your arm to heat it up when you're traveling. But
Yeah, that's
No,
good.
but it-
no,
they-
I'm in that intermittent fasting where you can't eat until 1:00.
so I try
That
to
sucks.
stop eating it before 6 o'clock and then eat the next morning. When I get up. I used to do that a lot, and I used to keep the weight off. And when you get older, your metabolism, even with that, doesn't keep it off. But plus working out, that's the part I skip. I don't like working out as much as I used to.
Yeah,
So I used to do the whole thing with drink black coffee in the
Mhm.
morning and then not eat until 4 or 5.
That's what I did today.
One meal a day.
how are you doing with that one? Well, you don't.
I
eat,
still eat one meal a day.
but you eat no bread. I've been with you a few times. You don't do a lot.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. That's like I like bread too much.
Well, I mean-
I eat bread more than anything else.
Once in a while, I have a hamburger with
bread
yeah.
because like
But I'm not going to go buy a loaf of bread
But like remember,
because I'll eat the whole
Remember-
thing. I love toast.
remember John Belushi?
Toast.
John
That
Belushi's-
guy with the spoons.
Remember-
I love
Remember
toast.
John Belushi's character in Blues Brothers? He walked around with white bread stuck in his pocket. I don't like white bread though. I do like.
No, that was Elwood.
Oh, was that what? Yeah, but it was
Toasted on one side.
Oh, Steve. So okay, but,
toast on one side.
yeah, but it was played by Belushi, wasn't it? Or,
No.
was Aykroyd's? Or?
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd was Elwood.
Okay, see, I didn't remember that part, but I just
And,
remember seeing the bread
Belushi
being pulled
was
off.
Jake.
Jake and Elwood, yeah. Yeah, I had friends who used to do their bit up there at a local bar. I got to tell you that about someday. It's pretty funny. But anyway, I'm glad I don't have kids. I'm glad right now. I would be terrified as a parent right now what we're facing. I mean, every level,
But would you
angle
you wouldn't let your kid go? If you had an 18-year-old kid and the draft came, you wouldn't let him go.
my
'Cause
dad.
I wouldn't.
I was in college back, and I was probably in 21, 22, and the recruiters called, and they found I actually taken some Arabic class in college, and we met a few times. My dad says to me, he said, "You're not good at taking orders." And another thing is, he said, "I served in Korea. I still don't, and that was so many years after the fact. I still don't know what the hell I was there for." So he said, "I don't want you to go in." He said, I just don't see the point of it." He said, "We always get involved in somebody else's mess, and he said, I just don't want you to be there." And he was just very frank. He said, "I think you can make it through basic, I think, but you don't like people screaming in your face." And he said, "I wouldn't want you to be part of that." I said, I thought it was pretty useless, my time there, and 2 years of his life, And I mean, he was an Army Corps engineer, he was a demolition expert and heavy equipment operator and all that. But, He didn't want
Who
to
actually see combat.
He actually saw combat. So, so I mean, he just didn't. He's just. I don't see the point of it.
Do you actually see anything turn around? You see it ever turning around?
Not if Harris.
It's going to be hard. Like I said,
I definitely. If
we're
Harris
at the
turns
bottom
around.
of a hole right now, and the water's it's filling up.
Yeah, it's like we are
I
so
mean, look,
screwed.
you've got the longshoremen striking. You got the hurricane because they always screw us when the hurricane hits.
Yep.
We prices
prices are gonna go
automatically
up.
go up.
Yep.
You got uncertainty in the Middle East,
Huge.
The only bright spot.
and then you got Kamala Harris that might win the election. You got
a trifecta.
No, that-
what
Trifecta.
you got
Yeah,
a
trifecta.
trifecta.
Yeah,
A trifecta.
This is a perverted thing to actually a ray of hope. But if we do go involved, we're going to be in Ukraine, and we're also going to be in Israel. I can guarantee that's going to happen. Pretty much guarantee it. But the only thing good about that is the longshoremen would have to go off strike because they're going to have to ship war materials to these places, and that might be the only thing. But I don't know how good it's going to impact.
No,
the civilian
because
population.
what you're talking
factory do we have
about,
in a country to do
what
that
you're
with?
talking about, the war drums are going to have to beat first, and everybody, all these people are going to have to get their 2 cents in this stuff first. It's not going to kick off and
All
go
the war
tomorrow.
dogs
It's
are
going to
coming
take
out.
6 months to a year before anything would
You're gonna
happen.
have all of Lindsey Grahams and Cheney's
Yeah,
and everybody coming up to the front of the mic going, "We got to go to war right now."
Yeah, you're going to have these people, and then
These guys who couldn't even make a fist in their entire life and actually fight anything. But
closet.
You know what? I got a deal.
Well,
really
yeah,
great
Lindsey Graham will open this closet door,
Mhm, yeah.
come out. They're being bad. We got to go over there.
deal. Here, I got a deal. I think if we go to war, I think we should do one thing. We send everybody from Congress and Senate first, since they know how to do everything great.
Let them go.
Let them go first. And
Yeah,
fight.
I mean, how many times has Graham been to Syria? Remember when he would go to McCain, and they took pictures? They took
Well,
pictures
he's actually
with
isn't he still a JAG officer?
a jack officer. He's a jack off. I don't know.
Jack off, but no, but isn't he still in the Navy?
I think he's too old. He's like,
No, he's still. I thought he
Like in
retired.
reserve-
I don't know.
he's
He
still a
was
reserve.
an adjutant anyways. He was a lawyer.
He was, yeah, which is really never. But
Jag, right? Is that what you
Judge, I
call
think a
him?
general. Yeah. Is
you
that
call him Jack, but yeah, everyone else calls him Jack.
there's
So,
there's a difference between the military, the Army and the Navy when it comes to like military justice, or is it the same JAG or
You got-
general?
we have a JAG office.
Yeah.
We have a JAG.
They do captain's mass. We do UMCJ.
And we do captains.
Uh,
We do XO's mass, then we do captain.
Yeah. So
XO's usually XO. You go to pretty much. You usually go to the
Slap
front
on the
locker.
wrist.
You go to front locker. If you piss off your guy that was over your manager,
okay.
and then you go to XO if you could piss off that guy, and then you go to. If you really screw up, like you show up naked to something,
This is
But the captain is a colonel, so
yeah,
it'd be
You
the
guys got
same
something to do,
thing.
Yeah.
It's like the lateral things get kind of confusing at times. The lateral off ranks.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend who was I think he was a colonel. What would he be? He would be was a Navy designation. If he was a colonel, would have been
What?
his crossover.
Uh,
Commander would have been a commander. or something.
Lieutenant commander.
Lieutenant commander. Yeah, lieutenant commander. And but he actually served all branches of government of the military. He was a Navy guy. Yeah, of course they're connected to the
Right.
Marine Corps all the time. And he also
Used to
served in
be.
the Army.
I had a sergeant major that got a field commission, and
Oh.
he
served as a sergeant major his time out, but he had a field commission, and he was a colonel.
really?
Yes, and this guy in college I knew was a friend of mine. He served in the Navy. He later on became a pilot, but he also served later on. He served in Afghanistan. He helped them establish an air force. But then he was actually working with the U.S. Army at that point, and then he came back here and was working the Strategic Air Command, which is connected to the Air Force.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Like, okay, so how long do you think it's going to take for this to affect us? The strike for the longshoremen.
14 days.
well,
I
actually,
think,
the
I
price
mean,
is gonna go before that.
immediately.
It's gonna be immediately, but 14 days. I think you're gonna see it.
How much?
easily.
What's your prediction of gas prices next week?
Probably $4. Yeah.
Well,
I'd
it is
say
$4 already.
No, 450 then, whatever. They're going to go up real quick.
What do you
What was
think?
it? 350. It's right now like what 355. It'll go up to about 425.
Yeah. This could be jumping up.
By Friday, it'll be at
I say
$425.
say $6.
Well, I was going to say
Within 14 days, we'll be over $6.
and the other thing is too.
And here's the other side. Trifecta. Guess what? Granholm took out half of our strategic, underneath Biden, took out our strategic supply of our
Who the hell we giving
Gas?
to?
gas.
To
Yeah,
Ukraine?
because we had.
No, because when the prices were going up in gas, and they didn't have it because
Are you talking about gasoline
Yeah,
or,
or oil? Or oil?
Our oil reserves?
We had. Who'd you give it to?
Because remember when the gas prices were
No,
going so high?
because right now that can't be true. Because right now they're switching over from summer blend to winter blend.
Yeah, I know they're
So,
switching over, but our reserve that we
I
have,
don't think we have reserves like that.
no, we have reserve for our war reserve, our strategic reserve that we've had.
We're supposed to have somebody even despite the war, but
You think states do that? I don't think
No,
states.
not
do that.
states. Granholm, our energy.
Oh, Granholm, duh.
She's Secretary of
When-
Energy.
yeah,
Yeah,
not
Secretary of
Granholm
Energy.
now
was
when
our
she-
governor.
Yeah,
She screwed us up here too, but
Yeah.
when she got there,
You'll be
but
blown
what
away
she
by the
did was
change.
she didn't do it. And when he did this, so here
Yeah,
you're-
but the
we've
thing
not
is,
replaced it.
we have two or three refineries in our state because we have winter blend and summer blend.
Right, I understand
So
that.
it affects us differently, anyways.
Right, but our strategic reserve,
For the United States,
dumb, Mr. Magoo decided to go ahead and cut it so that
but
gas
they've done
prices
that.
in
That was last year.
they did that in 2022 because the gas prices were to the point where they were going to lose in that election, but they never refilled it. So now you got Ukraine, now you got Israel, now you got the longshoremen, now you got the
But we can get EVs
yeah
for winter in
and,
Michigan.
and we can ride with Debbie Stabenow can drive by all these gas stations and never have to stop at one of them.
And that's just
Why her husband's looking at a prostitute.
I think she's got problems too. But
So, anyways, well, I'm gonna call it tonight.
Yeah, I do too.
7:05.
Push the button, John.